The life story of Jesus Christ. Long ago, in a small town called Bethlehem, a very special child was born. His mother was Mary, a kind and pure woman, and her husband was Joseph, a humble carpenter. This child was Jesus, sent by God to bring love, hope, and salvation to the world. A miraculous birth. Before Jesus was born, an angel appeared to Mary and told her she would have a son through God's power. This child would be holy and called the Son of God. When Jesus was born, a bright star shone in the sky, guiding wise men from faraway lands to find him. They brought precious gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, because they knew he was a great king. Shepherds in the fields also saw angels singing, "Peace on earth." Even at his birth, Jesus brought joy and hope to everyone. Childhood and early life. Jesus grew up in the town of Nazareth. He lived a simple life, helping Joseph with carpentry. From a young age, he was wise, kind, and obedient. At the age of 12, Jesus amazed religious teachers in the temple with his understanding of God's teachings. People began to realize that he was no ordinary child. Beginning of his mission. When Jesus became about 30 years old, he began his mission to teach people about love, forgiveness, and God's kingdom. He chose 12 disciples, ordinary men, to follow him and spread his message. Jesus traveled from village to village, helping the poor, healing the sick, and comforting the brokenhearted. Miracles of Jesus. Jesus performed many miracles that showed God's power. He healed blind people so they could see. He made the lame walk again. He calmed storms with just his words. He fed thousands with only a few loaves of bread and fish. He even raised the dead back to life. People were amazed and began to follow him in great numbers. Teachings of love. Jesus taught simple but powerful lessons. Love your enemies. Forgive others. Help the poor. Be humble and kind. Trust in God. He said the greatest commandment was to love God and love people. Opposition and betrayal. Not everyone liked Jesus. Some religious leaders were jealous of his influence. One of his own disciples betrayed him for money. Jesus was arrested and taken to the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. Even though Pilate found no fault in him, the crowd demanded punishment. Crucifixion in Jerusalem. Jesus was sentenced to death by crucifixion, one of the most painful punishments of that time. He was nailed to a cross and suffered greatly. Even while dying, Jesus prayed for those who hurt him, saying, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." After hours of suffering, he died. The sky grew dark, and the earth shook. Resurrection, victory over death. Jesus' body was placed in a tomb. But 3 days later, something incredible happened. The tomb was empty. Jesus rose from the dead. He appeared to his disciples and many others, proving that death could not defeat him. His resurrection became the greatest sign of